Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Rude Awakening, where we start your mornings with two eggs and a stack of hot takes. And for today's episode, I got him back, ladies and gentlemen. He's here. It's Dax Kukin. Dax, how are we doing today on this virtual meeting?
Great. It's been a while, back for NFL talk, back for the NFL draft, free agency. Just wanted to recap it. So thank you for having me again.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about our favorite and least favorite off-season moves. I'll be talking about my favorite teams and least favorite teams from free agency. And Dax, he knows his college ball, so he'll be talking about his favorite and least favorite moves from the draft this year. And there's a lot of teams that made some weird moves in the first round of the draft. I mean, we didn't have a defensive player drafted until what, 14th, 15th overall?
Oh yeah, Brock Bowers, I believe, was the first, or uh, like an offensive skill position player,
Yeah, it was mostly
or
quarterbacks for a
no,
while.
defense. Yeah, like
I think
defense.
the Colts were the first one.
Um, I yeah,
It's
Colts or Rams. It was
yeah.
one of the edges with verse.
Right.
Um,
We'll talk about the Rams too, I assume. But so, do you want to start off with like what team you liked most for the draft, or at least, or do you want me to start with free agency?
you can start off with free agency since that came first.
Okay. So I would say my favorite team for free agency this past year, or this past offseason, I would say. There's a lot of good choices, but I feel like the number one is it's the Houston Texans. I mean, Houston Texans did it all. They re-signed Dalton Schultz and Desmond King, who were both pivotal on offense and defense. Dalton Schultz, great tight end. We saw that with the Cowboys. Went to Houston, was still consistent there. Wasn't the team, it was him. Desmond King, great corner. He's underrated in the slot. And they picked up Jeff Okuda, Joe Mixon, Danielle Hunter, and they picked up Stephon Diggs. Like they did it all in free agency, man. Um,
Yeah,
Unfortunately, they lost Derek Barnett. Huge piece, I know.
yeah. When you see what happens with these guys, I would really like to see their dynamic, adding a veteran wide receiver one like Stephon Diggs, who, like, obviously people are going to consider him a diva and be like, oh, he's a cancer in the locker room. But like,
He's not targeting me
d
enough. Boo.
yeah, like, and how is that like when he starts fussing about that, if he does start fussing, how does a second year quarterback, a sophomore year quarterback in CJ Stroud stand up to him? What does he
Right.
say? Because we know how many, like, they got Tank Dell, Nico Collins, Noah Brown. I think Noah Brown's still on the team. Stephon Diggs. Dude, that's four wide receivers right there that are super good and contributed to the Texans last year. Um, like Devin Singletary is gone, but they pick up Joe Mixon.
Oh,
Their
great
offense
pickup. That's
is
why I love that.
loaded. Yeah, their
Yeah,
offense is
and
loaded, and I just think like how like when you add those veterans in, that Joe Mixon's been in the league for a very long time, Stephon Diggs been in the league for a very long time, and Stephon Diggs is going to teach Tank Dell all that stuff, and I just think it's going to be a great dynamic if everyone stays in their lane and they come together.
yeah, I think Stephon Diggs kind of got like a bad reputation while in Buffalo because he wanted to be target number one. And when Josh was trying to get the ball to, guys like Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, Stephon was like, no, but I'm target number one. Give me the numbers. People kind of looked at Stephon being like, oh,
Yeah,
so you're a prima donna. You're like Antonio Brown, which I mean, I don't think so. But I get that, perspective of Stephon. So I feel like in this place in Houston, play here for a year so teams can look at him more as like still a threat, obviously. But he's going to be sharing the ball with Tank Dell, and we saw Tank Dell this past offseason. I'm happy he's alive, but man, he can take shots like crazy, man. I don't know if I want to mess with him. So if Tank Dell wants the ball, I'm like, you can have it, buddy.
Tank
I'm
Dell
not
is
going
going
to
to
fight
take
you
the
for
top
it.
off. It's going to be insane. Like that offense is just going to be fireworks. I don't even know how to explain it. I
Oh,
hope it
buddy.
comes to fruition. Like, because it looks great on paper and you can play as them in Madden, but
Yeah, hopefully
when you put it on the field,
Stroud does not have that sophomore slump season.
oh no, I think it's basically impossible for him to have a sophomore slump. The dude's too smart, he's too good, the team's too good. That defense, even if he's in a sophomore slump, is gonna win them games.
Yeah, like Texans are a team of special team. They're a special team with special plays and special players. Like they got it on lock. They're gonna they're gonna have a great season. They're gonna win the
Got
division
sketch
easily.
quotes in this.
Yeah, we're quoting
I
Sketch.
figured.
CJ cannot let Sketch down. All right, this is for him. This is for you. Like when they win the Super
Of
Bowl,
course.
it's gonna be
Of
for him.
course.
But yeah, that's mostly. I mean,
Sketch is
Texans.
100% going to be there.
Yeah, the Texans didn't lose anything either. Like I said, they lost Derek Barnett. You brought up Singletary, who he's a solid running back. But if you're getting Joe Mixon in return, like you're fine. You still have Damian Pierce. Not like people talk about him, but he's a great power back. Their defense solid because now they got Danielle Hunter, who's one of the best linebackers in the league,
The Lil Hunter, yeah, he's going to set the edge
even with
along
his age.
with.
And they re-signed Desmond King. They pick up Jeff Okuda to see if he can provide something, prove he's not a bust. Obviously, stay healthy.
That ship has sailed. He's a bust. Come on.
Yeah, Hunter's going to do his thing. And I mean, overall, that's what I think about the Texans are the biggest winners of free agency for me. So, Dax, who are your biggest winners of the NFL draft this past year or offseason?
Yeah, so my biggest winners, or I'll just do my biggest winner. I think the Bears completely won. As a Packer fan, I hate to say that, but oh my God, the Bears stripped the Chargers.
Yeah, Bears
And
destroyed them there.
then in the draft, they bolster up and get their QB1, who was just named the starter. Like, all right, we knew he was going to be named the starter, but
Come on now.
that was a quick quarterback competition, you know?
Right.
Um, they got rid of Justin Fields, which was controversial in their fans' eyes, but like, dude, who cares? Like, he wasn't going to bring you anything, to be honest. Like, sure, he barely got you under 500, but
Right.
like he wasn't gonna win, and I think Caleb Williams' ceiling is way higher than Justin Fields ever will be, because
Oh,
just arm
100%.
talent wise, and IQ wise, obviously Justin Fields was a great college quarterback, but like we've seen what he can do in the NFL. Sure, he can run. Yeah, he's gonna go with the Steelers and probably be in a package with a running, like a read option or something, or he's gonna be out wide and there's gonna be a double pass. I can definitely see that happening. Quote that and put that on YouTube. But yeah, I just think when all that is said and done, um, I think the Bears are gonna be a mixture of young and vet savvy, and I think they're gonna have a good year. But they're the Bears, so you never know.
I agree with you, Bears. I mean, they did everything right. Caleb Williams pick up Rome Odunze. The draft was perfect for them. Obviously, people are going to hate on Caleb Williams, like NIL deals. Is he worth all the hype he's been getting because he's been getting paid in college? He's the highest paid college player ever from these NIL deals. What he's been making. So is he coming in with that kind of inflated ego already? Because number one overall pick, all eyes on you, all the attention on you, and you throw away a good talent in Justin Fields, kind of throw him to the curb, throw him to the side, is like, oh, the Bears, they're going for a risk here. They're building around Williams, which they didn't really do that with Justin Fields. I'm not going to lie. So they have trust in the guy. So you got to
I
appreciate that.
I don't really think I think they tried to do like a last second heave for like Justin, and they were like, here's DJ Moore. Okay,
Right.
DJ Moore's good, but he's not like Josh Allen when he was struggling earlier in his year. They gave him Stephon Diggs, and that took him to a
Right
different
away.
level, right?
100%. I mean, it
Um,
transformed Josh Allen from like overrated to like, oh no, he can be a great quarterback in this league.
exactly. And you get that one guy, and they just tried to be like, "Hey, Justin, I'm gonna give you DJ Moore," and he was like, "All right, like DJ Moore is kind of like a low tier wide receiver one, but
Hmm.
he needs another guy." And they had Darnell Mooney, who Darnell Mooney was really fantastic in his rookie year, really fantastic in his sophomore year, but he kind of came to like a screeching halt, I would say. And
Yeah, he didn't really
I
blossom into
don't
what he thought he was going to be. He kind of he's on the Falcons now as like a third receiver. So
Yeah, he didn't have enough gravity or gravitational pull from the defense to where DJ Moore could really shine. He lit it up at the end of the season, but that's the end of the season. Like you're already out of playoff contention. Only fantasy football owners were really happy about
yeah,
that.
it's not worth it at that
Yeah.
point. No, 100%. I agree with you there. I mean, everything. So yeah, overall, yeah, Bears I saw as a huge winner for the draft too. But you were more knowledgeable, I would say, on the college ball side of things. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna let you have this one. They also drafted what's his face, the offensive lineman from Yale in like the third round. I forgot his name. It was like Kieran.
Yeah.
I
I
His
don't.
last name's hard to say.
Hold on. Let me see. Yale. He's very good. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hold
Yeah, I was like, and it's good blocking because obviously the Bears want to protect Caleb Williams. They have Tavon Jenkins; they're still working on him. They released Cody Whitehair, who's a veteran, but he, obviously they had to cut him. He's been around for a while. And they helped out, offensively too. He wasn't drafted, but they signed him. DeAndre Swift, got the running back there. You got some weapons for Caleb, man. And
yeah.
hey, you have trust in your quarterback. And obviously, people hyped him up there, but I think he can be like that Trevor Lawrence level, or maybe even surpass Trevor, honestly, because he has that speed.
If we want to start talking about like draft stuff, obviously, I'm just gonna put some draft stuff into this, even though we're not getting into it really. But the Bears are definitely one of my winners for the draft. You pick Caleb Williams up, and you get Roma Dunze. You just deepen
Oh,
that
love a
wide
dude.
receiver core with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. Uh, then you get Roma Dunze. Roma Dunze, I thought is the first wide receiver off the board. If Marvin Harrison
Harrison's
Jr.
up there.
If Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't exist, Malik Neighbors and Roma Dunze are like toss
Jamar
ups
Chase, top
for
five
the
picks.
yeah, exactly. Like that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I
I mean, Adunze made
sure.
Michael Penix look like a top 10 pick. That's how good Adunze
It,
was. No, I
no,
mean, Penix
keep
was
in mind,
good, but
like Michael Penix was good. Obviously,
yeah, 100%, but not
what
top 10 pick.
happened is a
But we'll talk
stupid
about that.
pick.
Well, yeah, that's probably your next one for losers for the draft, I would
Oh
assume.
yeah, very.
Oh my God, I don't even know what to talk about that too, bro. I was gonna, because like free agency, the Falcons did solid. I was thinking about picking them as a winner, but that draft, nah. Like they failed so hard for Kirk.
No, it's really tragic, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah. So yeah, is that everything you want to talk about the Bears draft? I mean, they nailed it. Definitely hit on
Yeah,
the hammer. Yeah.
I mean
All
they pretty
right.
much nailed it. You look at you also like Rome, and I have another one of my favorite picks that we'll get into later, but he was on
Okay.
Washington as well. That that wide
Yeah,
receiver
Washington
core
had
is
some good
stud
receivers.
worthy. Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, they made like Penix look amazing. They helped them. They reached the national championship for a reason. First time for Washington in a while, if ever. You would know more about that, but I know they haven't been there to the big one in God knows how long
They
against
got they
Michigan.
they got quote unquote I don't know like but a few years ago they were mad, but it's whatever. They made it to the national championship and lost, so that just sucks. They
Yeah,
didn't have any
moved along.
defense. They have no defense.
Yeah, fair, fair enough. All right, so I'm gonna go with my biggest loser of free agency, and you can say they're the biggest loser of both things in the offseason. And I know I'm an Eagles fan, but I'm gonna say, Cowboys, y'all did nothing, nada, zero, zilch. You
I
brought back fat ass Zeke.
I am right there with you. I have Cowboys actually bolted on my loser list.
Oh, for the draft, that's awesome. So yeah, we can talk
I have
about
it
both
on both.
sides then.
I have it
Yeah.
on free agency and for the draft. Because what in the world was that?
Dude, I don't. The Packers just sent them to a disarray, man. After that first round loss to the Packers, they couldn't comprehend losing to Jordan Love in his first year starting, so they just went down the toilet in
It's
a
the
big old
love spell,
swirly.
baby. It's the love spell.
Okay, it's the love stuff. It's welcome to the love seat. Yeah, I mean, look, Cowboys for free agency. I'll talk about the free agency side first. All right, you cut Leighton Vander Esch because he's pretty much done. He's gotten so many injuries. He's pretty much been forced to retire, Ryan Shazier style. You cut Michael Gallup,
I
who
feel bad for that guy.
yeah, it sucks for Shazier and Van Der Esch. Like they both had solid, like
Yeah.
promising careers, and then boom, cut off, legs cut out from under them, and yeah, they couldn't pay him anymore. They cut Michael Gallup, who was their second best receiver, to make room for who knows because they didn't really draft a receiver in the draft, and they didn't pick one up in free agency. I don't know what the hell they're doing. They lost Tony Pollard to the Titans because I don't know why they're gonna trust their running back room now and bring in Zeke to try and teach the young guys. I don't know why. The only guy they really brought in was Eric Kendricks, the linebacker, but he's not really going to do much. It's just they went from a wild card team to honestly, I can see the Giants beating them for that wild card
Oh,
spot in the division. It's
dude,
bad.
no, come on. Giants are absolute train wreck.
Giants, hey man, they really fixed that team. Brian Burns, Daniel Jones, some weapons. If Daniel Jones just like is solid,
Dude,
they can make the
yeah,
playoffs.
but if you're wide receiver,
They can do better than the Cowboys at
you
least
know what? Maybe.
because now they're setting up. They're setting up Dak to fail on purpose. That's what it looks like. They're like trying to get a reason why they should not pay Dak.
Yeah, but they still have CD Lamb.
Well,
So
yeah, that's true. Lamb is a miracle worker. Yeah.
yeah, I don't understand how that boy does the things that he does, but he does. So
Yeah. And for the draft, I mean, like, do you like the picks they made? I don't. I'm not. They
first
weren't
round is
swaying me.
Tyler Gotton,
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma tackle. Great pick. I think this was an offensive tackle loaded draft. I think the draft was loaded with tackles, wide
Yeah,
receivers, and edges. And like cornerbacks were top heavy.
100%. The fact that
Corners and
Quinion Mitchell fell
quarterbacks
to
were,
us.
yeah, they were. Quarterback was very top heavy. It was like after the big three, Drake,
Yeah.
Kendrick, and J. Cole. Now after the big
No, it's just
three
Kendrick, actually.
yeah, exactly. Uh,
Kendrick is all three of them.
Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and then obviously like Michael Penix was a top 10 pick, but I had Michael Penix up there at 4. I didn't think he was
Damn.
a first round worth. Dude, yeah, I think Michael Penix is a good quarterback, but they reached on him. Like he's a good quarterback,
Yeah.
but draft him in the second round because of injury concerns and all that stuff. Uh,
Yeah,
but
100%.
yeah, obviously it's the cornerbacks were very top heavy as well, like Terry and Arnold. You get the Alabama guys, you get White, Jackie Robinson,
Yes,
and then
sir.
to the Eagles. But like I just think it's very like this draft was very fix up your offense
Yes.
and then bolster the back end of your
Yeah, later
defense.
on in the draft with your later picks. But yeah, like you mentioned, yeah, Cowboys, they drafted Tyler
Yes.
Guyton first round. They went, defensive end second round with Marshawn Nealon from West Michigan. Like, all right, there's some good guys still in the draft. You could have gotten that spot, but and then they went, got a guarding from Kansas State,
Hey, listen,
Cooper Beebe. Yeah, what's up?
I I think Nealon's a great pick, and I'm going to tell you why. Um, so if you look at the beginning of the second round, I only know this because I'm an FSU homer, obviously, but Jay
Yeah, there
Braden
was a lot of good
Fisk.
MSU picks.
Oh yeah, Braden Fisk was the seventh pick in the second round. He
Right.
transferred in from Western Michigan, and
I bet you're a big
he
Rams
became
fan
like
right now.
phew, dude, I cried. Like that video
It's like
of
MSU
them like
guys.
meeting up with each other, bro. I cried. That who was cutting onions?
That's
I
that's
don't
probably why
know.
they picked Fisk because they got verse first round. Yeah,
Oh yeah, like that's gonna be a great. It's gonna be great to
great
watch, and
moves after losing Aaron Donald. Yeah,
yeah, I might cry. And then there was yeah, they picked up Marshawn Nealand from Western Michigan,
yeah.
who Brandon Fisk is from Western Michigan. They lit it up at Western Michigan together.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, yeah. So it seems like you like the Cowboys draft picks. I mean,
But
overall.
I no, I don't like their picks.
Oh, you just like the players.
I do like that Marshawn Nealand pick. Yeah, I don't think they really addressed anything that they needed, but
That's
like
fair because like
I,
that because they got Nealon, but they already got like Demarcus Lawrence. Like they got good guys on the line. Micah Parsons. Like I guess well the Eagles have done this where we've drafted, but I feel like when we drafted Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, it was because like we knew Cox and Graham are going to be retiring. Cox
yeah,
retired already.
they
Brandon Graham probably
they
next
bolstered
year.
up a lot of their offensive line when you look back at this draft for them.
Yeah,
And
and Tyler Guyton's a
it,
good pick because Tyron Smith left, but I feel like they needed more. More
it's
offensive line
just
picks.
yeah, it's just one of those drafts where you're like, it's not a flashy draft, but you hope one or two of these guys pop out
Yeah,
and they're just like, hey, you can be a 5 year, 6 year starter here, and we can pay you. That's I think that's what Jerry World wanted. He wanted,
right,
hey,
exactly.
let's see if we can find a guy because they don't really have anything to do. They need to pay guys. CeeDee Lamb probably wants a big contract. Micah Parsons wants a big contract. Like you gotta pay these guys, and
It's like who do you pay? Who do you choose? Yeah.
yeah, you need to load up those guys. And if they want Dak, if they don't want Dak, who do you want next year? Because there's no one next year. There's I think there's zero
Yeah,
people.
like this was the year to get a quarterback
Yeah,
and trade up to
exactly.
get one.
There's next year you have Carson Beck who's playing playing good ball, but also is he's kind of just a game manager for Georgia. I think he makes great throws. Yeah, Quinn Ewers I think is the best quarterback in that draft. Quinn Ewers is going to be should be the first quarterback off the board, but they're going
I
to
think
talk like
Giants might go for
Shador.
him if Daniel Jones does not pan out this year, which I don't think he will.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Quinn Ewers is the best quarterback next year. Shador, you have Shador and all that. You have Jalen Milrow. You have like Jackson Dart. But this year was the year to get a quarterback. And if you're trying to force Dak out, like that, I get it. You don't win much with
They're
him.
doing it so like if they're doing that, it's so petty, bro.
Exactly. And if
Yeah,
you, Kyle, like if you look around the NFL landscape, um, we're right now we're
yes, sir.
in kind of a mediocre stage because all the like you look at the guys that you grew up watching. Everyone's retired right now except Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Eli
yeah.
Manning.
Rodgers is the only one sticking around.
Yeah, you got Philip Rivers. You got all these guys. Like you can even say like Kirk kind of, but Kirk like RG3. That's Kirk's kind of old. Um, you got all those guys, and
Yeah,
it,
I wouldn't consider Kirk in that class, but like Russell Wilson's getting old
Russell
too.
Wilson.
You got and all these other guys are backups.
Mhm.
And you look at like the quarterback scene right now. Yeah, besides like Mahomes and Burrow, like that third spot could go to like five different quarterbacks,
Yeah,
and I'm not too confident. Like besides, yeah, like Mahomes and Joe Shiesty, easy top two, but after that, it's like God, bro,
we're in a
who could be
we're
third?
in a generation flip of just mediocre quarterbacks, and if you can find one, you got one. Like you have to keep them. Dak is mid, but there's nothing. The Dak is mid, but look at him. You got to be like top 50. You got to be like you need to have a top 15 quarterback right now to win. You can't win with bottom tier quarterback.
Exactly. I mean, like you're making playoffs still. It's just winning the playoff games, and there's not a lot of other quarterbacks really out there that could do that for you.
No.
And I know Dak's not like the one like, oh, he's gonna be the quarterback that helps us win. But like, if you were fine with that the last few years, then why didn't you take a quarterback this year if you weren't fine with it?
Yeah.
But if you're fine with if you're content with making the playoffs but not winning, then right with Dak. But all of a sudden now you're being petty, and then you're just gonna waste another year. And as an Eagles fan, I'm cool with that. But if I were a Cowboys fan, I'd be like, dude, what the hell's going on?
Like if you look at what the Falcons are doing, everyone's calling Falcons losers. I know I just called the Falcons losers. If it works out, I'm gonna eat my words.
You're a hypocrite.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
hypocrite, but if it works out, I'm gonna eat my words. They're trying to do like a Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love type of thing, and if it works, it works. But if it doesn't, holy shit, what are you doing?
and I respect that, but it's like you just paid Kirk, and Penix isn't a project quarterback. He's more of a right now ready quarterback. Like if you wanted to do this, I would have picked like I don't know, like a Drake May or Daniels to
Dude, he's
back up.
25. How old is Michael Penix?
He is
How
24,
old
25. Like, dude,
is
if Falcons picked Bo
Penix?
Nix, it would have been even worse. Like, if they would, that would have been
Yeah,
atrocious if they picked Bo Nix.
both of them have kids and are like married. The- Michael Penix is 24 years old. He just turned 24 like 3 days ago.
Yeah,
Dude, how long do you want to keep him? Because Kirk's just signed what, a 4 year deal?
dude,
And then
4 year
what? He's gonna
deal.
be 28 by the time you want to start him.
Bro's already be halfway through his
Like
prime. Yeah, it's still
dude,
questionable.
that that's a quarterback's second
I mean, do you
contract.
have them as a loser in your draft, like, scene? Like, because free agency, I'm like, all right, they're doing their thing, Like, they're getting good picks here. They got, they picked up Darnell Mooney, they got Kirk, but, like, draft, it's like, after Penix, it's like, who even cares? Like, you just wasted that.
Yeah,
Like, after Penix, you just wasted that whole draft. Like, who even cares who else you drafted?
I don't know.
Let's go on with my second winner of free agency. And now, look, all right. I know you're going to say bias, but, like, the Eagles, okay? Saquon Barkley, come on, best running back. He's gonna be elite number one. We got Bryce Huff from the Jets. Bryce Huff is a very good defensive lineman, and you have that with Brandon Graham, Davis, Carter, and unfortunately, we did lose Hassan Reddick. He wanted too much money, and that was a darn shame. We got back C.J. Gardner Johnson. We're gonna give Devin White a chance back with the Eagles. Let's see how he did on the Buccaneers. It didn't end well there. Backing up Levante David, didn't really beat him out for it. We brought back C.J. Gardner Johnson from the Lions. He trashed us, and we were like, you know what? Bite your words and come back real quick. We got Kenny Pickett as a backup. Like, I'm loving what we did, especially after losing Jason Kelsey and Fletcher Cox to retirement. You would think that really derails the team and kind of throws them off the, you know, like train a little bit off the tracks to success. But seeing the Eagles rebuild, Howie Roseman's amazing at what he does after Jalen Rieger draft, that whole thing, that whole debacle, that mess. He kind of picked up his free agency moves. He re-signed AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and I'm just overall liking how my team's looking. Will we win the Super Bowl this year? That depends on coaching. That's where I think it comes down to. But how he's making the
You know
moves
what,
to
Kyle?
get there. What's up?
You know what? I disagree.
What the hell, man?
I think the Eagles. I think the Eagles offseason looks better on paper than on the field, and I think that's what it is.
I could
Saquon,
see that with like the Devin White pickup. Yeah.
Saquon can't stay healthy. That motherfucker's going to be on the field for 7 games,
Hey, with our
maybe.
low O line, maybe he'll be on for the whole season.
Yeah, who knows? Devin
Okay,
White,
okay.
uh, eh, I don't know. Bryce Huff,
Comeback season.
never really heard of him. I can't lie.
Never heard of him.
But dude, I just think that, obviously I've heard of him, but I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. Yeah,
But
I
I just
got you.
think the Eagles season, like, I just think that I don't think the Eagles offseason. I think they were one of the winners of the draft. I don't think they had a good offseason. I don't think they have good free agency moves. I think they took a bunch of like mid guys that had a name at one point, kind of like what the Rams did with Bobby Wagner.
All right. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I had the Chiefs in this spot, but I didn't want to pick them, so I picked the Eagles. I'm not gonna hold
You
you.
had the Chiefs.
I didn't want to say Chiefs
I
because they re-signed Chris Jones and Kelsey and got Hollywood
Yeah.
Brown. Like, I didn't put them in the winners because Rashee Rice wants to commit crimes. So I went with my Eagles instead.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean? Come
That's a
on, he's
low
killing
blow,
people
Kyle. He
practically.
didn't kill anyone. No one died.
Oh, you never know, man. This offseason's still going. That might be next on his hit list.
Well, who knows?
Oh,
When did
brother.
Alvernia score 4 runs? I'm sorry, that's
No, it's all good.
completely
We're
off
talking about our
topic,
school.
but
Yeah, gotta shout him out there. We're killing it right now. Yeah,
yeah,
but look, Chiefs. They cut MVS. Great move. He sucks. And they
agreed.
re-signed Chris Jones and Travis Kelsey.
Great moves.
Got Hollywood Brown. In the draft, they got Xavier Worthy to replace Rashee Rice too. I know I'm not really covering the draft, but had to give Xavier Worthy a shout out because he's ridiculous.
Um,
And the Chiefs have now him.
I don't like that pick. I don't like that pick
Yeah.
like other people. I
What?
yeah, you heard me. I don't like that pick.
He's like Tony but can catch. Like, how do you not like that?
No, don't like that pick. I
Okay.
think they saw
All right.
4-2-2
Yeah.
and were like,
I mean,
"Oh my God!"
they creamed
And
their pants. They were like, "Let's
one of
go."
my favorite, yeah, and one of my favorite picks was his teammate, who I think was a hell of a lot better than him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But we'll get to that later.
Fair enough. Hey. Oh, okay. You like those moves? All right. I respect that. Yeah, the Colts. Is that who you're talking about?
Yes,
Yeah, man. Colts draft moves. They resigned. I was thinking about putting them as a winner also for free agency because they just resigned everyone. And they resigned all the good ones. They resigned Pittman, Grover Stewart, Kenny Moore. Like they got their guys, and they got the goat Joe Flacco. Like they're good. They're set.
I mean, yeah, that they're gonna help. He's gonna help AR.
Sure.
That should be good back there.
He's no AR's gonna help him. He's gonna roll out his wheelchair to the bench. All right.
Yeah, AR. I don't really like AR either. I don't know. I'm a
Oh,
very stingy
we're gonna have to wait
guy.
and see, I guess, for that one. Yeah.
I think AR was just like, hey, I'm gonna hit the ceiling, show you all my arm strength,
He's
and
the guy that would be a great project quarterback, like backup. Like he's the guy that I would think should be in the Falcons' backup spot
th-
behind a career.
I thought he was a backup too. Like, it, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm a Florida State fan, but holy shit, Ricky Pearsall in the first round? Are we fucking joking? Like, come on,
Oh.
that dude sucks.
Well, you didn't like him, man? I thought
I don't know.
that.
I
Well,
don't like that pick. I don't like when they were talking AR up to be a top 4 pick. I was like, what the fuck are these guys talking about? But no, who knows? He hasn't even played a full season, and Ricky Pearsall hasn't even is in rookie mini camp right now. I don't know. I
yeah.
just think a lot of these teams kind of reach on guys, and
They're
sure,
scared
I'm
to
just an
trade.
armchair
Like they
fan.
don't know if a team's going to take the guy they want, and that just creates a whole mess within like that. And people say like you have more than 15 minutes, but I mean, really, when you're on the clock, then you're like thinking about everything, and you're overthinking
Yeah,
shit.
and they really did it. You know what? I'm going to talk about the 49ers for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
We can also talk about 49ers. They might be, if we look back on this, they might be, I don't know, like one of the losers in this offseason because they're kind of in a pickle. They're so good that they can't pay everyone.
Yeah,
That's kind of what they're in right now. And thank God they have a rookie quarterback on a seventh round contract
yeah.
as the last pick in the draft. Because if
Dude,
they had a good quarterback, they would be screwed. Like they'd be absolutely screwed on the defensive and offensive side because they can't pay Ayuk, they can't pay Debo.
one of them's gonna have to go.
Pick one. So they basically went cheaper. They basically went cheaper. That's why they did. That's why they picked Ricky Pearsall, who I
They're trying
thought
to keep the
was.
system alive. Yeah, like that. They're trying to be like Shanahan. You can do what you can work with whoever, make whoever good. And it doesn't work like that all the time. You have Debo, Ayuk, and Juwan Jennings. I feel like that's like you should keep that core wide receiver room because my God, they make Brock Purdy look like an animal. Oh my God, they
Yeah,
make Brock Purdy go from like mid as we can get to like a top 10 quarterback.
I agree with you.
Because and then if you let one of them go and you hope Ricky Pearsall hops in that spot, right? But I mean, Shanahan's a great coach, but he can't just make every player
Yeah,
amazing.
like he has like the size and intangibles, but
Yeah.
holy shit. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I agree with you
So
100%.
is the 49ers like one of your draft losers? So we can like, I mean, because free agency
Draft
they didn't,
losers? I wouldn't say they're one of my losers. It's just like a head scratching moment to me. Like when I saw Ricky
especially a
Pearsall,
team that was just in the Super Bowl. You're like, what are you doing? I don't
you
know.
need to get you need to fix obviously your wide receivers. And here's who goes behind him. Leggett, who I think I Panthers are a fucking train wreck, dude. I don't know
Wow.
what to say about that pick. That pick fucking sucks.
Oh man.
Um, Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman goes behind him. Lad McConkey. Uh, Jalen Polk, who is my favorite pick in the second round, 100%. Jalen Polk goes
Yeah,
behind him.
Patriots did great in the draft. Yeah.
Like you got those four guys, three guys behind him, and
Yeah.
you pick
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall. What are you doing? Keon Coleman is 100 times better than Ricky Pearsall. I think AD Mitchell runs way better routes. Lad McConkey is one of the best route runners. I don't know. He had a one-handed catch.
Hey, but go
Congratulations.
Gators. That's what I say.
Go Gators. You know
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah. Ricky Pearsall.
Whatever, bro. Keep
Okay.
your
No,
first
yeah.
round exits to
I thought you were
yourself.
about to glaze Keon Coleman. You're like, oh, Seminole baby, Seminole Nation.
No, you know what? I glazed Keon Coleman enough, but yeah,
He's
that dude has
funny.
my heart too
Yeah,
as well. But
yeah, he's
yeah,
funny.
I love Keon. I think he's gonna be really good in the league, but yeah,
Nah, they drafted Coleman, funniest
that's my
player.
opinion. I'll keep my Hondo opinion
Yeah,
to
yeah, Keon
myself.
Coleman, funniest player. Then after that, they
Oh
drafted funniest name of Lad McConkey for the Chargers. Chargers got their boy. It's Jim Harbaugh's favorite white boy. That's be Herbert's only target.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was just gonna
yeah. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
I
it is.
mean, so my two winners of free agency were the Texans, and I would say Chiefs, but I wanted to go with Eagles because I just gotta have hope in my team. My losers for free agency, I picked Cowboys, and honestly, like picking the second one was kind of tough, like picking one, but I had to go with the Saints
Um,
as my second loser.
well, they're handcuffed right now. They can't do anything.
Obviously, yeah.
They don't have
Saints,
money.
they brought in Chase Young, who didn't look that great with the 49ers, and I don't know how you don't do that. They got Willie Gay, and I thought it was a Willie great pick. But other than that, Saints, they got Nathan Peterman as a backup. Like, I think they're set, honestly.
Yo, you do that shit in the booth too, yo. You do that shit in the booth too all the time. We commentate for Alvernia, and he does some shit like that
What,
all the
Willie
time.
Gwait?
But yeah, I don't know. But the Saints, yeah, I think the Saints are just in the shitter.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it'd be.
I don't really know what their plan is.
No, they put themselves there. That's why I have them as a loser. They deserve to be called a
Yeah,
loser for getting themselves
but
in this spot.
they bolster their line with Talise Fuanga, who yeah, he's that was a great pick by them in the first round.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, that was a long name. But yeah, Saints like yeah, Michael Thomas left. Oh no, Slant Boy, he's gone. Chris Olave, I think will break out a little bit, but Derek Carr thrown to you. At least I mean Derek Carr. I mean, that division, Falcons. It feels like every other team made moves. Falcons, Bucks, Panthers. They all. I feel like they all got better in some way. Even if like Panthers moves, some of them were eh. Like I love the Panthers coach hire, and I love them get Deontay Johnson. Their O line boot, Robert Hunt, Damian
The
Lewis,
team
getting those
blows.
guys. But yeah, Xavier Legette. No, you're not a fan of him.
Panthers fucking suck, dude.
But at least they made
Yeah,
moves. The Saints made nothing, and I
you
guess
can't
yeah,
do
their
much
hands are tied behind their.
with nothing. Is what I'm kind of trying to say here.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's why. I mean, Saints had them as a loser. Cowboys I had as a bigger loser because they could have done more. They had a lot more options, a lot more things to do,
Yeah.
and they just did it.
Yep.
Oh, and the Bengals too. They haven't actually. Yeah, Bengals moves were a little. T. Higgins wants to leave. Uh, they got Mike Gesicki, but other than that, yeah, free agency was rough for them.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I think they'll be okay. Hopefully.
Yeah, Joe Burrow will make
Joe
it work.
Joe Shiesty.
Joe
You,
Shiesty.
you 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 paid him a big purse for a reason. So kind of like what the
Brr.
Packers did.
Yes, sir.
They just pay their quarterback, and you know what? We gave you
Yeah,
Jamar
I
Chase.
was considering having Packers as a winner for free agency. The Xavier McKinney move was super. I really like that one. Josh Jacobs is a great running
Oh,
back.
but you want to hate on me. I get it. You want to hate on
Well,
me.
they cut Aaron Jones, so
Uh,
if they kept Aaron Jones, had a Jacobs Aaron Jones running back room, then I would have definitely had them as a winner. But they decided to cut Aaron Jones, so that was their own fault.
yeah. I think the Packers had a. I didn't want to say it because I'll be a little bit of a homer, but I think they had a really really good offseason and a pretty good draft.
Yeah, yeah, go
So.
figure. I mean, I had the same thing about the Eagles, so it's not like I'm not dick riding.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were glazing the Eagles, whatever, yo. We got Saquon. We got
It's
Saquon.
okay, man.
Shut up. He's not that good.
No, dude, behind the O line, we'll be fine. He'll be fine. And if he hurts himself, then well, my bad.
Yeah, he's gonna
You
have a
know,
soft tissue injury by week five.
but Josh Jacobs will be good for you guys.
Oof.
You lost back Tiari, but he'll be fine.
Yeah. Now we got Jordan Morgan on that left side, who I didn't know
Yeah, that's a
before
good
that
pick, man.
pick,
Zona.
but you know what? Jordan Morgan, and then Edgerrin Cooper, and then who else? We got Javon Bullard. Oh my God, dude! I cannot wait to watch this team
Once
next
again,
season.
you guys don't draft any. They don't draft any skill positions at the offensive side.
No, we shot we
But
we we drafted Marshawn Lloyd.
Marshawn Lloyd, right?
Come on,
Sorry,
Marshawn Lloyd.
does he?
He's gonna be our
Is he
backup
Marshawn Lynch in
because
disguise? Just switch the last name a little bit.
yeah, you could say that. I think yeah, Lloyd's a really good pick because he's gonna be our backup because AJ Dillon can't runs like he's in quicksand. So
He's more of like a
that's
fullback
exactly
kind of
what I think
player.
about
You
that
bust
pick.
him out for like a quick fourth and inches run, maybe AJ Dillon.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
maybe he could use Marshawn. But you like Marshawn Lloyd when he was playing USC, like playing with Caleb.
Oh yeah, I loved him. When
You think that?
he was at both USC's, he was at South Carolina and Southern Cal, and um,
Oh, no.
I think he's a really good player, but when he entered the transfer portal, I really wanted him at Florida State, but obviously the running back room was way too crowded, and he went to Southern Cal and lit it up. I there's
Can't blame him.
Can't blame him.
Even if you go to Florida State and win every game, you won't even make the college football playoffs. So it's not like.
Fuck you.
Well, hey man, I didn't make the choices. All right, I would have had him fourth.
You know what? Fuck you, Kyle. I'm never coming back on this show ever again.
At least we talked about this. So anyway, so yeah, who are your two winners and two losers for the draft again? Your two winners, you had the
My
Bears.
two
Who else did
winners
you
are the
have?
Bears and the Pats. I love the Pats picks.
Patriots. Yeah, I agree. I love Jaden Daniels or it's Drake May. Drake May. See, I
I
wanted them to pick Jaden Daniels, but Drake May is a great pick too. I like
I
both of those
think
guys.
yeah, I think Drake May's a great pick only because I think I really just because it's one of my favorite picks. I think Jalen Polk is just
Pat, nice.
so good. Like that pick was so good in the second round. Drake May is a really great project quarterback, and if you hit on him, you hit on him because that dude's just a stud. I don't know how you explain it.
Yeah.
His arm is insane and his vision is crazy. I just don't get it. But I love the Patriots draft. They they did really really well, and that
You think
offense
Polk will be the best receiver from
should be a
Washington, like
little
this
bit.
past year out of Odunze, McMillan? You think
Yeah.
it'll be Polk?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Polk. Like yeah. They had Rome. They had Polk, and they had McMillan. Where did McMillan go?
Oh, Jalen McMillan? Yeah, he went to
Yeah.
the Buccaneers. So like behind Mike Evans and
Went to
Godwin.
the Bucks. Right. Okay.
So he'll fit it
Yeah,
right in
dude.
there.
Those three wide receivers right there.
Watch
Um,
out.
Like they were my favorite to watch. That trio was just so awesome to watch. It just sucks that Pac-12 plays no defense.
Well, you won't have to worry about that anymore.
Nope, because they were in the Big Ten.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about Pac-12 defense because then it'll be Big Ten defense. Exactly.
Yeah, it's the Pac-2 now.
Yep.
Oregon State, Washington State.
Gonna be watching a lot of those games. It'll be every week. No, I'm playing.
Fuck no, I'm not.
Yeah, so Patriots and Bears as your winners. I mean, hey, if you have the first and third overall pick in the draft and you hit, I mean, obviously you're gonna be a winner. Get your quarterback for the future potentially.
Yeah, you get your quarterback in the future with Caleb Williams, and then you get another Washington wide receiver in Roma Dunze. How many times do I have to glaze these
Oh,
Washington
they
wide
both did that.
receivers?
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
I I just
you
love
want to
them.
throw in Buccaneers as a winner too?
Do I want to say the Bucks? Fuck it, why not? Fourth round draft
I
pick.
mean, free agency they just re-signed everyone, so
Yeah,
they did good work there.
take Baker. Give him a boatload of money and figure it out from there. I guess. I mean, Baker just
Get
won.
Mike Evans back.
Mike Evans, first round draft pick this year. Nah, second round. That's my second round for fantasy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a good pick. It's a good pick. And who are your losers for the draft? You had
Losers, I got
Cowboys as a
Cowboys.
loser.
Cowboys, who you know what?
Damn.
I might roll my words back a little bit on that, but I still do think that the Cowboys.
Draft they definitely did better than free agency. I will say that because at least you got
And
people.
then I like the Falcons. What Michael Penix and then Rook.
I mean, everyone's been
Dude, you
talking about the
had
Falcons, but everyone knows like what the fuck, bro? What are you doing?
uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, you get Michael Penix, but then in the second round you go with Rook, a more a horror, whatever.
Rook, yeah,
Um,
Rook or Horror,
when
yeah, from Clemson, yeah, the nose tackle, yeah,
yeah, when you had Jerzon Newton that got drafted right after him, and Tamondre Sweat and Brandon Fisk.
yeah,
I would have taken Jerzon Newton, Tamondre Sweat over Rook any day of the week. To be honest, because I just think those guys are better.
yeah. Where did
But if
Sweat
you
go
wanted to go with the
again?
sexy pick of the Clemson D tackle, what?
Where Devondre Sweat? He went to the Titans, right?
Texas. He went to Texas. He went to the Titans
Yeah, he got
actually.
drafted by the Titans. Yeah, they made some. Yeah, him and J.C. Latham, offensive lineman from
Yeah,
Bama. Yeah, good
I
picks
think
there. We're gonna.
Titans are a Titans were a sneaky good picks.
Yeah, man, they had a good draft. They got good pickups in free agency with Snead and Ridley. They have trust. They have trust in Will Levis to do something apparently. But they got
Yeah,
Pollard for him too. Mayo boy.
yeah, he's good. He's good. He's got a live arm. I don't really think he was that good at Kentucky, but we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, you give him the if you have a good line and some weapons. I mean, come on, we saw what Brock Purdy can do. So I mean, why can't Will Levis be any
Yeah,
different? So
dude, that's like, all right, bro. Dude, I
we're
think
gonna continue to hit on Brock Purdy all year.
I can, I will hate on Brock Purdy until I die.
Damn,
But
to the grave.
and the thing is, I'm a big fan of his brother, but his brother sucks.
Well, you
So
love a
you
man who
know
can
what?
suck.
Yeah, whatever. Pause.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, so yeah, so your winners of the draft, but yeah, Pats and Bears. Who are your losers for Cowboys and
The Falcons, who were
yeah, you
kind
went
of our normal
Falcons.
picks.
Obviously, everyone knows the Falcons lost the draft. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, that was just bad. And then my fave picks, AD Mitchell, um, two
Yeah, love some
incredible.
Mitchell.
I I I love that pick so much. I think he's a really good wide
Yeah,
receiver. He fell in the draft because of character concerns. You want to know what the fucking character concerns were? He had a child freshman year of
yes,
college, and he was at Georgia, won two national championships there, and was like, dude, he was like depressed. The dude was depressed because he has a daughter in Texas and he's at Georgia winning national championships. You would think the kid's on top of the world, but no. He has a daughter. He wants to transfer back home, go to Texas, and go help them. He helps bring them to the college football playoff, which they shouldn't have been there in the first place, but that's for another fucking day. Whatever. Um. And
coaches were
then
looking at him like, "What the hell's wrong with this kid?"
yeah. And then, but AD Mitchell, I think that's a great
Yeah,
pick. I love that pick
great pick. It
with
just depends how
AR.
he does in the NFL with Anthony Richardson thrown to him, and
Yeah,
see if
yeah.
that works out for the Colts. That's
And then
all.
my bad picks. You want to know what my bad picks
Oh, I
are?
want to hear this.
Bo picks. Bo Nix. That
What?
motherfucker sucks.
Nah, dude, Sean Payton.
He
Sean
sucks.
Payton's gonna find something in
Stop.
that.
Stop it.
Nah, Bo Nix got all the weapons to
Stop
throw
it.
to. Also, he's got this Cordero Patterson still there.
Something, something, something.
Yeah, Cortland.
Yeah.
Yeah. They lost Judy to the Browns. Yeah. I mean, Broncos, man. Broncos are gonna be the worst team in the NFL next year.
Yeah, Broncos for
Broncos
sure stunk
country,
it up this draft.
because they're
And you
paying
know
Russell
what?
Wilson because they cut him. They give him all his money,
hmm
so they're gonna be.
NFC, yeah, and then JJ McCarthy, bro. What are you doing,
You think
Vikings?
JJ might
Come
request
on.
a trade? Justin Jefferson.
Um, very possible. Very possible. It depends. On, like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, he's definitely gonna take it to the trade deadline. That's what I think.
That's what I would think too. He's gonna.
Because
It depends if they ride with McCarthy to start the season off, or they start with Sam Darnold.
they're gonna start with JJ. There's no way.
Dude, Sam Darnold, former third overall pick.
Yeah, that
If
just that just
Sam Darnold gets a starting job,
that just shows how good Jets are good. That how good Jets are at drafting quarterbacks. Sam Darnold at number 3, and then even better, Zach Wilson at number 2. Turn me up, yo. Jets are
mm,
so ass.
can't wait to see what they get number one after Aaron gets, has to retire
No.
because he can't handle playing for the Jets.
You know who's gonna start for him? Jordan, motherfucking Travis. That's who's gonna start for him.
Oh, Jordan Travis, future Jet.
Mm-hmm.
If his middle name starts with an E, then it's perfect. He has Jet in his name. Anyway, yeah, for Florida State, yeah, for Florida State, man. Yeah, I mean, look, Jordan Travis. I mean, I know he's your boy because he played for Florida State, but we're about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Watch him actually pop off. That'd be crazy. He wasn't even drafted, man. He was an unsigned draft pick. That's crazy.
Jordan Travis? No, he was sixth. Sixth round.
Yeah. Really?
Sixth or fifth. Yeah.
Oh, he's a fifth round pick, but he's unsigned right now. They still haven't signed him.
Well, yeah, they still haven't signed him.
My
All the
bad.
rookies are going through that right now.
They don't realize what they have with Jordan Travis. You're right.
No, they really don't. High
Yeah.
character, great guy.
Yeah.
I
I
love
mean,
Jordan.
yeah, Jordan Travis. So I mean, we'll have some closing thoughts, but yeah. So what team do you think has really improved this offseason, and what team has just like shit the bed?
Improved the most.
Like, who do you think like was like a team that would be like borderline wild card to potentially be in like a conference final like team?
Ooh, whoa. Um,
Like kind of like that jump. Like who do you think about making that jump?
Falcons.
Wow. You know, they worked on the defense a little. I liked what you're thinking. I like where your head's at. That offense is insane.
Yeah.
If Kyle Pitts takes the jump, if Drake London keeps doing what he's doing, Bijan Robinson just pops off. Yeah, I could see Falcons making that jump. They'll definitely win division. I feel
Because
it's
they
between them and
need.
their Buccaneers.
They lost the draft. They lost the draft. They never. Sorry, that I just crushed a water bottle.
I was
But
right in the mic, man. Fuck.
yeah, my bad. Uh, I just think it was like the coaching, and then, but they fucked up the draft. But they're good on
It's interesting.
paper.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kirk's coming.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, they're gonna be good. They're gonna get the ball out. They're gonna have a
Yeah.
ton of
Yeah.
fun.
Falcons are gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Kirk's coming.
Shut the
Falcons
fuck
will be
up.
a fun team to watch. And I mean, if that translates to onto the field and making it far, they'll definitely win division. It's them or the Buccaneers, but I'm gonna take the Falcons in that aspect. I don't know if they could beat teams like the Eagles, Lions, or Packers because I like those teams a lot for the NFC and for Niners too, I guess, whatever. But yeah, but I can definitely see them making a second round at least, which is an improvement, 100%. And which team do you think will just shit the bed? Like a team that was solid this past year, like all right above 500, to just like worst record, like one of the worst records in the NFL. If
Bills.
the Bills, yeah, we didn't really talk about the Bills at all. Just lost everyone, really.
Literally, they lost a bunch of defense. They lost their
But they got Keon
offense.
Coleman, man. What do
Come
you
on,
mean?
bro. Keon can't do it all. Keon can do it all, but he can't. He
I
can't do
know
it all.
that's true. Why did they cut
He's
Tre'Davious
old,
White? I
man.
know he's never healthy, but like, I guess that's my answer. Yeah.
He's an all pro. He's gonna want money, and they don't
Yeah,
got
that's
money.
crazy to say that too. It feels like just yesterday Tre'Davious White was drafted.
Really? He doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, I'm an old head. I don't know.
Yeah. Old head.
Yeah,
28 years
no,
old.
but yeah, Bills. We didn't even bring them up because they just didn't really do much either. I should have had them as a loser for free agency. They just brought in Curtis Samuel
Um,
and Mitchell Trubisky.
yeah, they were big losers. Josh Allen is another big loser because he loses Stephon and he loses
All
Gabe
the time.
Davis.
That's crazy. Oh, okay. I was just gonna call him a big loser,
And they
Josh
trade.
Allen. Just
Oh
like
my
gives it
God! And
up.
they traded back in the draft to their fucking AFC rival,
Rival, and their rival got Xavier Worthy.
Xavier
Like, what are
Worthy.
you doing, bro?
Jeez, dude, I
They're
don't know.
like, we'll trade back to our team that always whoops our ass in the second round, and we'll get him the fastest receiver or who had the fastest combine time.
Yeah,
We'll make sure he goes to the team that
we'll give
wins
him
Super Bowls
like
all the
who
time. It'd be
was
a great idea.
deemed to be Tyreek Hill 2.0, which you can have your own opinion about
Yeah.
that.
God, yeah. Bills, they're a mess, bro. Yeah, Bills, I can definitely see just not even making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think they might as like a wild card team, but yeah, AFC East, I don't think will be that good this year.
Um, Jets. It's
I think
definitely like thinned out.
they'll be like all 500 teams
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
because I think the AFC South will be better because Texans look nice,
Yeah.
the Titans look like they
hmm
improved, Colts look all right,
Dude,
and even the Jaguars are like all four teams are like looking
dude,
solid.
that now that you say that conference, they have like a bunch of sophomore year quarterbacks and Trevor Lawrence, like who's
Who I think will
obviously
be
budding
solid.
into his
Yeah,
own. Um,
yeah.
but wow, that yeah, I mean that's gonna
Yeah,
cry.
like just AFC East as a whole, because you have the Dolphins, Bills, Patriots, and Jets. I mean, maybe if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, maybe the Jets could win that division. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
It's not. They're not. Drake May in his rookie year. It's not really persuading me.
Jets are gonna look very good because they have Mike Williams now, and Mike Williams needs to get healthy. Then you got Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers.
You got an O
Yeah,
line if Becton's healthy. If
yeah.
you got you got your guys.
Fuck.
I think Jets can make some noise because if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, of course. Brees Hall. But yeah, I mean overall. Um, So I would have them as like the Jets or sorry the Bills. Yeah, definitely as like a loser or like they will definitely go down the toilet
Yeah,
from like where they
yeah.
were.
There's gonna be it's
Uh,
a very big turn in the NFL right now, and I'm all for it.
yeah, it's definitely like a switch year. I think a team that's gonna really like get past where they were this past year. I don't know how you feel. I mean, the Texans like because they were a second round team this past year. I think they can go conference finals. Low key,
Um,
I think they can be that team to take on the
no,
Chiefs. I guess you could
not
say
yet.
Bengals, but that's kind of like cheating because Joe Burrow wasn't
Not
healthy. But
no, not yet. I don't think they're there yet. They that AFC is
not
loaded,
yet.
man. Like the Bills are gonna fall off, obviously. Do the Texans plug right into that spot? Who
Yeah,
knows? Bengals are gonna,
every AFC South team
yeah.
feels good. Chargers could do better. I don't know if they will. I think they'll be
I
like
don't
all
think
right.
so, but I like you still got the Ravens there. You got the Chiefs.
Ooh, I think the Ravens might fall off
No, dude, they had a great
personally.
draft. They got Nate Wiggins.
Like Derrick Henry was a great pickup, and Patrick. They lost Patrick Queen though, and their draft was like all right.
I
I don't
think
know. I wasn't
they have
really like
Roquan
a
Smith
big
though. I
fan
don't
of the
think they
Ravens this
need.
past
I
offseason.
don't
I
think
know
they
people
needed
like
that.
that. Like they like Nate Wiggins. I like Nate Wiggins, but after the first round, or I guess Adiza Isaac, Penn State rep. I
Like
love that.
I don't think
But
they care. I think Lamar Jackson's good enough. They have receivers. They got Mark Andrews and they got Derrick Henry. And they already they won with their third string, fourth string running backs. That running back room is pretty incredible. I just think the AFC's loaded.
I think a team that will improve or that will improve we saw is the Texans. And I think that team that goes down the drain. I mean, obviously you could say the Vikings. I mean,
Yeah,
they lost it all, the Vikings. So I think Vikings are definitely a team I think will just go down the drain. They'll be one of the worst teams in the league. Obviously, they're trying to rebuild. I think they'll have, and they're not that like nice rebuild like we see from the Texans or like working with their young quarterbacks. JJ McCarthy, I don't think he'll be all of that. So
mm-mm,
I think Vikings I had them as a loser. Just so Dax, I appreciate you joining me once again,
as always.
talking about football. You college football connoisseur yourself. You know it all. And overall, had a great time. This has been the Rude Awakening with two eggs and a stack of hot takes. Hope you have a great rest of your day, everyone.